Research is hard, but your tools should not be. Subthesis.com is the free alternative to expensive software. Whether you need to calculate Cronbach's alpha or organize your field notes, Subthesis has a tool for it. No paywalls and no registration required. Check the link in the description and let's dive into today's lesson. Welcome back to the Graduate School Prep Series. Today we're addressing a common source of confusion for graduate applicants. Should you submit a CV or a resume? What's the difference? And how do you create an effective document in either format? This confusion is understandable. In the United States, the terms are sometimes used interchangeably outside academia, but in the context of graduate applications, the distinction matters. These are different documents with different purposes, conventions, and expectations. Submitting the wrong type or submitting a poorly constructed document signals that you don't understand academic conventions. That's not the impression you want to make. By the end of this video, you'll understand when to use each document type, how to structure them appropriately, and how to present your credentials effectively regardless of which format you choose. Here's what you'll learn. First, you'll understand the fundamental differences between CVs and resumes, including their different purposes, conventions, and contexts. This conceptual foundation guides all other decisions. Second, you'll determine which document type is appropriate for specific applications. Different programs and fields have different expectations. Matching format to context matters. Third, you'll learn to structure academic CVs using standard sections and formatting conventions. Academic CVs follow particular patterns that signal you understand scholarly culture. Fourth, you'll learn to adapt professional resumes for graduate program applications. If you're coming from the professional world with a traditional resume, you'll understand how to modify it for academic contexts. Let's start with the fundamental distinction. Let's establish the fundamental distinction. CV stands for Curriculum Vitae, Latin for Course of Life. The CV is a comprehensive record of your academic and professional accomplishments. It includes everything relevant: education, publications, presentations, grants, awards, teaching, service, and more. A CV grows throughout your career. A senior professor's CV might be 30 pages or more. Even an early career applicant's CV will be longer than a typical resume because it includes complete listings rather than selected highlights. A resume, by contrast, is a targeted summary designed for a specific purpose. Resumes are typically 1 to 2 pages maximum. They're tailored to particular positions, emphasizing the most relevant qualifications while omitting less relevant details. Resumes are marketing documents designed to land interviews. The content is selected strategically, not comprehensively. The fundamental principle: CVs are comprehensive records. Resumes are strategic summaries. Understanding this distinction shapes how you approach document creation. Use a CV in these contexts. PhD program applications almost always require a CV. Doctoral programs are training future scholars, and the CV is the standard document for presenting scholarly credentials. Even if you have limited academic experience, present what you have in CV format. Academic positions and fellowships require CVs without exception. When applying for faculty positions, postdoctoral appointments, or academic fellowships, the CV is the only appropriate format. Submitting a resume to an academic search committee signals unfamiliarity with academic culture. Research positions at universities, research institutes, or think tanks typically expect CVs. These environments follow academic conventions even when the position isn't a traditional faculty role. When an application explicitly requests a CV, provide one. Don't substitute a resume when CV is specified. Follow instructions exactly. If you're uncertain whether to submit a CV or resume and the application doesn't specify, check with the program or err on the side of CV for academic programs. Use a resume in these contexts. Professional master's programs often prefer or accept resumes, especially programs oriented toward working professionals. MBA programs, professional MPH programs, MPA programs, and similar professional degrees may expect resume format. Check program guidance. Industry or government positions outside academia expect resumes. These employers want concise documents focused on relevant experience. A lengthy academic CV would be inappropriate and potentially off-putting. When an application explicitly requests a resume, provide one. Just as you shouldn't substitute a resume when CV is requested, don't submit a CV when resume is specified. When application materials include page limits or length guidelines suggesting a short document, they probably want a resume. A two-page limit strongly suggests resume format since academic CVs routinely exceed 2 pages. The general pattern: academic and research contexts expect CVs, professional and industry contexts expect resumes. Master's programs vary based on their orientation toward academic or professional outcomes. Academic CVs follow a standard structure with recognized sections. Contact information appears at the top: name, address, email, phone, and sometimes professional website or ORCID identifier. Make it easy for people to reach you. Education comes next, listing degrees in reverse chronological order with institution, degree, field, and date. For graduate applications, include your GPA if strong and your thesis title if applicable. Research experience details your scholarly work. List positions with institution, dates, supervisor, and description of your role and contributions. Be specific about what you did. Publications and presentations document your scholarly output. List published work, manuscripts under review, and conference presentations. Follow citation conventions for your field. Teaching experience captures any instructional roles: teaching assistantships, tutoring, workshops, or guest lectures. Even limited teaching experience belongs on the CV. Additional sections cover awards and honors, professional service, grants and funding, professional memberships, and relevant skills. Include anything that documents your academic and professional development. The order of sections may vary by field and career stage. Education always comes first. Research experience and publications are typically most important for graduate applicants. CV formatting follows specific conventions. Use clean, professional formatting without decorative elements. Academic CVs don't include graphics, colored sections, or creative designs. The focus is on content, not visual appeal. Use standard fonts like Times New Roman, Garamond, or Arial. Maintain consistent formatting throughout. Headings should use the same style. Dates should appear in the same position. Margins and spacing should be uniform. Inconsistency signals carelessness. List items in reverse chronological order within each section, most recent first. This is standard academic convention and makes the document easy to scan. Unlike resumes, CVs have no length limits. Include everything relevant. Your CV will grow throughout your career. Don't artificially truncate it to fit arbitrary page limits that don't apply to this document type. For graduate applicants with limited experience, your CV may still only be 1 to 2 pages. That's fine. It will grow as you accumulate accomplishments. The key is including everything relevant, even if the result is short because you're early in your career. The education section requires careful attention. List degrees in reverse chronological order, starting with your most recent or highest degree. For current students, list your expected degree with anticipated completion date. Include institution name, location, degree type, field of study, and dates. Be precise about degree titles. A Bachelor of Science differs from a Bachelor of Arts. An MPH differs from an MS in Public Health. Include your GPA if it's strong, typically 3.5 or above. If your overall GPA is weaker but your major GPA is strong, you can list both. If your GPA is below 3.0, consider omitting it entirely since including it draws attention to the weakness. Include thesis or dissertation titles if applicable. For applicants who completed undergraduate honors theses or master's theses, include the title and advisor. This signals research experience and gives readers insight into your interests. You may also include relevant coursework, academic honors, or study abroad experiences in this section, particularly if they're directly relevant to your graduate application. The research experience section is often the most important for graduate applicants. For each research position, include your title, the institution, and the dates of your involvement. Titles might include research assistant, lab member, research intern, or similar designations. Name your supervisor or the principal investigator on the project. This situates your work within the scholarly community and allows readers to assess the research context. Provide a brief description of the project and your specific role. What was the research about? What did you actually do? Be specific. Don't just say assisted with research. Say coded qualitative interview transcripts using thematic analysis, or conducted statistical analyses using SPSS, or recruited and consented research participants. Include specific contributions and outcomes when possible. Did the project result in publications or presentations you can list elsewhere on your CV? Did you receive any recognition for your work? Connecting your contributions to tangible outcomes strengthens this section. For applicants with limited formal research experience, include any relevant inquiry-based work, independent studies, honors projects, sophisticated course projects, or professional work involving data collection and analysis. Publications and presentations document your scholarly output. Follow the citation format standard in your field. Public health and social sciences typically use APA format. Humanities may use MLA or Chicago style. Using the wrong format signals unfamiliarity with your field's conventions. Separate publications from presentations. These are different types of scholarly output. Publications include peer-reviewed journal articles, book chapters, reports, and similar written work. Presentations include conference papers, posters, invited talks, and panel discussions. You can include works under review, in press, or in preparation. Label these clearly: under review at Journal of Public Health, or in preparation, or manuscript under review. This shows ongoing scholarly activity even if the work isn't yet published. List authors in the order they appear on the work. Academic authorship conventions vary by field, but the order typically reflects contribution level. If you're not the first author, you can bold or underline your name to make it easy to identify. Resume structure differs from CV structure, particularly in emphasis. Contact information appears at the top, just as in a CV. Include name, phone, email, and LinkedIn profile, if professional and current. Education is included but briefer than in a CV. For professionals with significant work experience, education may be a single brief section rather than a detailed listing. Recent graduates can expand this section somewhat. Professional experience is the focus of most resumes. List positions in reverse chronological order with company title, dates, and bullet points describing accomplishments. Use action verbs and quantify achievements when possible. Skills in additional sections are selective rather than comprehensive. Include relevant technical skills, languages, certifications, or volunteer work. Omit anything not directly relevant to your application. The key difference from CVs: resumes are strategic selections of your most relevant qualifications, not comprehensive records. Every element should serve your application for this specific program. Strong resumes follow specific best practices. Lead with accomplishments rather than responsibilities. Don't say responsible for managing program data. Say redesigned data management system reducing processing time by 40%. The former describes a job description. The latter describes impact. Use action verbs: led, developed, created, implemented, analyzed, designed. Quantify results whenever possible. Managed budget of $250,000. Supervised team of 8. Increased enrollment by 35%. Numbers make accomplishments concrete and memorable. Tailor content to the specific program you're applying to. A resume for a health policy program should emphasize different experiences than one for a clinical program. Adjust your content to highlight what's most relevant for each application. Keep to 1 page if you have less than 10 years of experience. 2 pages maximum for more senior professionals. Brevity forces strategic selection and signals that you can communicate efficiently. If you're coming from industry and applying to academic programs, your document may need translation. Translate corporate language to academic equivalents. Market research becomes consumer behavior research. Process improvement becomes systematic evaluation. Project leadership becomes project management and team coordination. Help academics understand what you did in terms they recognize. Highlight experiences with research-relevant skills: data analysis, literature review, report writing, program evaluation, needs assessment. These all connect to academic work. Even if you weren't in a formal research role, you likely have transferable skills. Include any publications, presentations, or training activities from your professional work. presentations at industry conferences, white papers, training materials you developed. These show communication and knowledge sharing that academics value. Draw explicit connections between your professional experience and your academic goals. Why does your industry background make you a strong candidate for this academic program? What questions from your professional work do you want to explore through academic research? Avoid these common mistakes that undermine applications. Using resume format when CV is expected or vice versa signals unfamiliarity with conventions. When a doctoral program requests a CV, don't submit a one-page resume. When a professional program requests a resume, don't submit an extensive CV. Follow instructions. Including irrelevant personal information is inappropriate. Don't include age, marital status, photos, or other personal details common in some international CV formats, but inappropriate in U.S. academic contexts. Focus on qualifications, not personal characteristics. Inconsistent or unprofessional formatting undermines your credibility. Mixed fonts, irregular spacing, misaligned dates, or decorative elements suggest lack of attention to detail. Academic documents should be clean and consistent. Typos and grammatical errors are unforgivable in documents meant to demonstrate your qualifications. These documents represent your best effort at self-presentation. Errors suggest either carelessness or limited writing ability, neither of which you want to convey. Proofread obsessively. Have others proofread. Errors here can doom otherwise strong applications. Think of your CV as a living document that grows throughout your career. Start your CV now, even if you have limited experience. Beginning graduate students often have only education, perhaps some research experience, and maybe a few presentations or awards. That's fine. Everyone starts somewhere. Your CV will grow. Add to your CV continuously as you accomplish things. Every publication, presentation, award, grant, or significant role should be added promptly. Don't wait until you need the CV to try to remember what you've done. Keep a master document with everything. This comprehensive version includes every scholarly and professional accomplishment throughout your career. Even items that seem minor now may become relevant later. Create tailored versions for specific purposes when needed. Though CVs are comprehensive, you might emphasize different sections for different applications. A teaching-focused application might expand your teaching section. A research fellowship might emphasize publications and grants. If you're early in your career with limited traditional CV content, maximize what you do have. Include all academic experiences that demonstrate scholarly engagement, research assistantships, honors theses, independent studies, research-focused courses, all belong on your CV even if they didn't result in publications. Add relevant coursework and major projects for recent graduates. A significant course project involving original research or analysis demonstrates capability even without formal research experience. Include relevant work experience even if not traditionally academic. Program evaluation in a non-profit, data analysis in government, needs assessment in healthcare. These experiences can strengthen your CV when framed appropriately. Document skills and training that prepare you for graduate work. Statistical software proficiency, languages, certifications, relevant workshops, these all contribute to your qualifications. An early career CV may be only 1 to 2 pages. That's completely appropriate. The goal is to include everything relevant, not to fill arbitrary space. Quality and relevance matter more than length. CV conventions vary somewhat by field. Sciences typically emphasize research experience, publications, and technical skills. Lab affiliations, methodological expertise, and grant experience receive prominent attention. Conference presentations may be distinguished from peer-reviewed publications. Humanities emphasize writing, teaching, and language proficiency. Publications receive careful formatting attention. Teaching experience may receive more prominence than in sciences. Language proficiencies and archival research experience may be highlighted. Professional fields like public health, business, or education may blend academic and professional conventions. Relevant professional experience may receive more emphasis. Professional certifications and credentials belong on the CV alongside academic accomplishments. Research your specific field's conventions by reviewing CVs of successful applicants and early career professionals in your area. Professional associations sometimes provide CV guidance. Faculty in your field can advise on expectations. Don't assume conventions from one field transfer to another. Your CV exists within a broader digital presence. LinkedIn should complement your CV with consistent information. Many reviewers will check your LinkedIn profile, ensure dates, titles, and accomplishments align. Inconsistencies raise questions about accuracy. Consider academic profiles on platforms like Google Scholar, ORCID, or ResearchGate. These platforms document your scholarly output and citations. For applicants with publications, these profiles provide additional credibility. Ensure consistency across all platforms. Your CV, LinkedIn, academic profiles, and any personal website should present the same information. Discrepancies suggest either dishonesty or carelessness, neither of which you want to convey. A professional website can provide additional detail beyond your CV. You can elaborate on research projects, share writing samples, or provide context that doesn't fit standard CV format. If you create a website, ensure it's professional and current. Before submitting, verify these elements. Are you using the correct format for this application? Double-check whether the program requests CV or resume. When unspecified, default to CV for doctoral and research-focused programs, resume for professional programs. Are all dates, titles, and details accurate? Verify every piece of information. Incorrect dates, misremembered titles, or inaccurate descriptions create problems if discovered. Accuracy is essential. Is formatting consistent throughout? Same font throughout, same date format, same spacing, consistent heading styles. Print your document and review the visual consistency. Has the document been proofread multiple times by multiple people? You'll miss errors in your own work. Fresh eyes catch problems you can't see. At minimum, have one other person review carefully before submitting. Your CV or resume represents you. It should be as polished as you can make it. Don't let preventable errors undermine a strong application. Let's summarize the key points about CVs and resumes. CVs are comprehensive records of academic and professional accomplishments that grow throughout your career. Resumes are strategic summaries tailored to specific applications, typically limited to 1 or 2 pages. These are different documents for different purposes. Use CVs for academic applications, particularly doctoral programs, academic positions, and research fellowships. Use resumes for professional master's programs and industry applications. Match format to context and follow instructions when programs specify. Follow field-specific conventions and formatting standards. Clean, professional formatting matters. Consistency matters. Understanding your field's expectations matters. When in doubt, research what successful applicants in your field produce. Build your CV continuously as you accomplish things and proofread obsessively before submitting. Your CV or resume represents you when you're not in the room. Make sure it represents you well. In our next video, we'll discuss how to contact potential advisors before applying, an often overlooked strategy that can significantly strengthen doctoral applications. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next video. Writing the thesis is a marathon, not a sprint, but you do not have to run it alone. If you are feeling stuck with your data or overwhelmed by your sources, let us help. Head over to subthesis.com. It is completely free and designed to make your life easier. You are making progress. Keep going. And don't forget to subscribe for more support.